All right. We're now recording. So we're talking about what is a lead, and a lead is somebody who you can talk to about your business or opportunity, or at least or talk to at all. If they're interested in you or what you're doing. And yes, they may not turn out to be a prospect, they may not turn out to be a customer, but that's a lead. Hello, now we have a new member joining us tonight, Richard. This is Richard. Um, Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Just clicked in.
Pardon me?
Richard.
Just clicked.
Yeah, I know.
I'm good.
I know. Richard's checking us out, so everybody say hi to Richard. Welcome him aboard.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hello again, Richard.
Hi there.
Richard is in the process of building a business for primarily for dogs right now, and he's got a product line called Get Pet Gear, and he wants to learn how to market that product line and how to expand that business and turn it into something real. So anyhow, I invited him to join us tonight. So we're talking about what is a prospect or what is a lead. And anyhow, like I said, final comment on that. I was really thrilled to hear Diane stand up a week or two ago, whenever it was, and define what is a lead, because I've been asking that question for years. And this word gets tossed around by so many people. Oh, I got 10 leads today. Well, what does that mean? What does it really mean? So anyhow, now we all know, at least from Diane's viewpoint, what it means. Does anybody have any specific questions they need me to address tonight before we jump into? And I promised you we would start to go down the Instagram path, and that's the path we're going to start down tonight. So, so does anybody have anything specific on their mind that they want to talk about before we launch into Instagram?
My question is about the hashtags and how many and where did they go?
Okay, give me a little bit of time. We'll get the hashtags.
Okay.
I promise you. Well, I don't promise anything. You know, we may lose our electricity, and the power may fail, and the internet may quit. But we'll start down the Instagram path. Anybody else? Anything else?
I don't right now, but
okay.
I might later.
Okay. So how many of you are actually using Instagram?
I'm attempting to, but it's not working.
Right. Okay.
Working on it.
You're working on it. France, Leighton, I saw your hand go up. Yeah. Okay. What does that mean? You want to unmute yourself for a minute?
Yeah, I use Instagram.
Okay. You pretty proficient with it?
Well, I'm still learning how to post stuff on it, you know.
Okay.
I remember you showing me how to do it, so I really haven't been concentrating on as much since being in MLSP. You know, they told us to concentrate on one
or two, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
let's start down our Instagram path. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the beginning. I'm going to assume that not everybody knows anything, and I'm going to start at the beginning. So for some of you, we may review a few things that you know already, but you know, bear with me. We'll get everybody on the same page. So let me start a screen share. One of the first things that I want to point out that's really interesting, by the way, is these are the top social apps in the United States by monthly use right now. And I mean, why do we care about Instagram? Come on, computer, you can do this. One of the reasons we care about Instagram is this. Behind Facebook, it's the second most popular social app on the planet. If Facebook has 166 million monthly users, Instagram is at 114. Now, I don't remember what that, I can't translate that number into annual users, but remember 30% of the world's population is on Facebook. And what that says to me is that if 30% of the world's population is on Facebook, there's probably something more than 20% of the world's population on Instagram. It's the second most popular platform. And then, of course, there's Messenger, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to talk about more in the future, and then Twitter, and then on down the line, Pinterest, Snapchat, etc. So Instagram is hugely popular. Now, personally, like so many of us, I mean, let's be honest about our. I'm going to stop the share for a minute. Let's talk honestly for a minute. Most of us were raised before internet existed. I remember carrying a cell phone around in a suitcase. So yeah, because literally, I mean, I had one of the early cell phones that it literally was a suitcase that you were carrying around. So I never got too interested in Instagram because Instagram, the thing about Instagram is it really is intended to be a mobile app. You can do Instagram from your computer, and we're going to do that tonight. And I showed you a week or two ago about how to do Instagram from your computer. But there are still features in Instagram that you can't do from the computer. You've got to be on your mobile phone to do them. Uploading videos is one of them. Instagram does have the ability to do videos. They're currently limited to 60 seconds, but you cannot upload a video to Instagram from your computer at this time. It may change any day now, and it may never change. I don't know. So there are certain things, there are certain limitations. So if you're not used to carrying your cell phone around and taking pictures with your cell phone, Instagram may not be for you. And again, from just an overall marketing viewpoint, and I think, Leighton, I think you just said it a minute ago, if you're starting out new, you want to focus on 1 or 2 platforms at the most. You don't want to get spread too thin. So most of you are doing a lot of work on Facebook, and that's a great place to be. And I still absolutely love Facebook. It is crowded, and and there are some issues with Facebook. So Instagram is a good fallback platform. And I'm learning to really love it more and more. So let's go back to screen sharing again. The other thing that's interesting about Instagram is, show you a couple other things. Instagram's active, can everybody see my screen now?
Yeah.
Can anybody see it? Okay. Instagram's active monthly users right now is growing in leaps and bounds. So just take a look at what's going on with it. So here's the growth of Instagram. Here we are, and this was in June last year, September the year before, April the year before. You can see the growth is astronomical. So Instagram is growing rapidly. It also Instagram has a huge percentage of the youthful population, the millennials, because obviously those, if you go into a Starbucks these days, I walk into Starbucks with my PC, my laptop, and I feel like a real stranger there because everyone else is sitting there with their cell phone, and I'm one of the last holdouts. So, but the reality is that's the direction we're going in. So. There's another thing that I found today that I want to just bring to your attention, and then we'll jump into Instagram itself. This is consumer sentiment on social media. And one of the things that I found just amazing about this today, and we've talked about it before, look, 69% of people, and this is across all age groups, 69% of people find the use of slang annoying. And we've talked about that before, and I'm seeing more and more people popping up with dropping F-bombs and things. Don't do it. I just highly recommend that you keep it clean. And here's a nice substantial piece of evidence. People don't like slang. They don't like talking politics. So and we've talked about this before, and I just wanted to bring this out one more time. If you're building a business on social media, you don't want to be talking politics on your profile page, unless you're running for office. Stay away from it. The minute you begin to post any comments about the President of the United States, I don't care whether you like him or don't like him, it's not irrelevant to me. But I promise you, the minute you put a post up, you've just alienated 50% of your audience. So once again, another piece of proof that says don't do it. But people do like video clips. Look at that, 83% like video clips. They like to respond to questions. They like to join conversations. They like to talk about timely events. And we're getting down to about 50%, but they like gifts. But they don't like slang and they don't like politics. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anybody have any comment about that?
Well, it looks like if you talk about politics, you're alienating 3/4 of the people.
Well,
That and profanity.
Yep.
You alienate a lot of people doing that too.
Yep. And I mean, from a personal viewpoint, and again, we've talked about this before. By the way, Sean sends his condolences that he can't be here tonight. So, okay, Sean. From my own personal viewpoint, and we've talked about this before, and I'll continue once in a while to mention it. I mean, Marie Forleo as a specific example. I love Marie Forleo, and I think, does everybody know who she is? But up until recently, about 6 months ago, she started slipping F words into her posts and stuff, and it just really turned me off. I stopped listening to some of her stuff just because I don't like the language. Now, the millennials, they tolerate it a lot more than I do. We just were raised in a different environment. But on the other hand, for many of us, our market, the people we're going to resonate with the most are going to be in our age group, and they're going to have similar values. So, just saying.
Well, to me, my personal opinion, to me, using a bunch of profanity to me is really not professional. Especially when you think about it, you're running a home-based business. That's not very professional, and people will see that and they'll look at that way.
I agree.
Take it seriously.
I agree, absolutely, completely. Okay, let's jump into the reason we're here tonight, and that is to talk about Instagram. Now, I'm going to run Instagram from my laptop tonight. So, and we'll talk about things that you can't do from your laptop that you should be able to do from your cell phone. So, is there anybody on here who does not have an Instagram account at all? Okay, everyone has one. I'm taking that, if I could spell, would probably get Instagram up. I'm taking that as a yes, since I don't hear anybody say a no. So everyone at least has an Instagram account. Okay, so here's my Instagram account. Now, first off, let me remind you, if you have a cell phone, this isn't exactly what you're going to see on your cell phone, but it'll be pretty similar. Now, but let me remind you, if you're working from a laptop, and now what I'm showing you is what works on an Android. I can't show you what works on a who's those other guys, Apple? Because I don't got one of those. So if any of you have an Apple and you know how to get Instagram up on your Apple
iPhone.
Well, on your Apple computer, and not on the iPhone, it should be okay, but on the computer. Did you say something? Who said something?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Mac.
Yeah. Mac. Yeah. Anyhow, to bring it up, in order to do anything on your computer, you have to get to the mobile version of Instagram. So the PC version, which is what's up right now, you can't do anything with, pretty much. So again, we did this the other night. I published a little short video how to do it. I'll just remind you, if you're on here and you want to follow along, right-click over in the white space and click on Inspect. And that's going to bring up the HTML code for the page. And never mind what all that means, because it doesn't mean diddly squat to you. All we want is that little guy right there, the second from the left, and we want to click on it. And what I have found is that you have to click it twice. And what we're looking for is that we have, and you see this now, the round circle, we're looking for that round circle. That says we now have the mobile version of Instagram up on our computer. And I'm going to reload the page. All I did is reload the page. And there we have it. So now we actually have the menu that you're going to see on your phone. Okay, so now we can basically do almost everything that we can do from our phone. We can do almost everything from our computer. So let's talk about this. This is your profile, and just as we've talked about in Facebook and we've done with our Facebook profile page, your profile is vitally important. It's the one chance you have for people to decide they want to come check you out. So what's important to have in your profile? And your profile is also limited to, I believe it's 150 characters, so you can't write paragraphs in here, okay? So there are 3 major areas in your profile, and of course you can change those areas by clicking Edit Profile right there, okay? So Edit Profile. And here we are. So there are 3 major areas. Your bio starts with something about you. Now, I'm going to go back actually and just put the profile up. I changed mine the other night. I like to travel the world and help others achieve personal and financial freedom. You pick what you want to write for you. This is this is a tagline. What is really important to you? Okay? So pick a tagline. For many of you, it might be something about organics or healthy living. As you know, I've sort of made it my mission in life to want to help people achieve healthy, wealthy, active aging. And that means achieving personal and financial freedom. I may change this around a little bit. I don't know. This is what I came up with after giving it a fair amount of thought the other day, and I left it alone. So it's a tagline. Now, the next line here is, this tells you sort of what you stand for. The next line is, what do you want people who come here to know about you? Now, we're bringing people to Instagram, so we probably want them to know that we're in home-based business. Now, don't copy exactly what I have, and I'm not telling you that what I have here is the right thing to have or the best thing to have. I would suggest that you go look, and we'll look at some other pages in a minute. You go look at April Marie Tucker's Instagram profile. Go look at other people who are on Instagram and see what they have. And don't plagiarize, but fashion your own profile according to what you see for other people. And then this comes as a recommendation from April Marie Tucker. I don't know if you know who April Marie is. For those of you who are in MLSP, April Marie taught the Instagram courses, most of the Instagram courses that are in MLSP. She was known as the Instagram Queen. And this is a system campaign, which those of you who are in MLSP can take advantage of. And if you're not, then I would put your website there. So, for example, Richard, you might want to just put something about dog training, for example, there, and then put a link to your website right now. And we can think about what that should look like. But this is the only place in Instagram where you can put a clickable link. So make it count. Make it count. So this, if you click on this right now, this will take me out to a system campaign. Now, you notice I didn't link out to Asante Organics, for example. You might ask, why not? Well, I'm not making this page about organics. If I want to, I could open a different Instagram account and make it focused on organics. So that's not what this one is right now. And to be honest with you right now, personally, a big piece of me is leading with MLSP as opposed to leading with the product itself. Okay, so this is something we can all discuss. So, but that's it. This piece of real estate is pretty limited. It's 150 some characters, and again, it's the only clickable link you have on Instagram. So think about what it is you want to do with it and make it count. And I'm going to just try the free IG lead training for your business right now, and we'll see how that goes. This is something that we haven't talked about. This is a tag that will tell me where the lead came from if somebody clicks here. And that's something we'll talk about in another training. I'm going to leave it alone for right now. So for those of you who want to, and you're in MLSP, just use the instabizbuilder.com. This is the system campaign, or use something else, whatever you want to. Make this about what it is you want people to do. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Now, Richard, I'm talking about a couple of things that you don't know much about right now, and that's okay. I'll catch you up. Don't worry about it. For you, you know, what I would put here is a link to your dogs, to the product site, the dog site. What's the name of the site?
Get Pet Gear.
Yeah, Get Pet Gear. That's what I put there. So you're going to fashion this around something about, at least for the time being, fashion around it. And we looked at yours today. I don't know how good it is or not, but it looked pretty good to me already. It looks like you were on the right course. So let's not worry about it too much for right now. Okay.
I'm just curious about those numbers, the post followers and following.
Yes.
You have 505 followers,
Yes.
plus 650 following.
These are people that I'm following.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
These are people that are following me, and these
Right.
are people. Oops. Okay, I clicked on it.
There.
Okay, I clicked on it. So these are people that are following me, and these are people that I'm following.
Okay.
Now, I haven't.
Got it.
You can see I've only got 24 posts. I have not been real active on Instagram in recent times. Okay, for the reasons I stated earlier, just being honest with you. And I'm beginning to get more interested in getting active on Instagram. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you want to, and Cynthia, I don't know why you haven't been able to post to Instagram, but here, let's add a post. So this button down there is the make a post button, right?
Yes.
So let's click on it. And so in this particular case, it's taking me out to my computer, and I can find, now I'm on my computer, realize I'm not on the phone. So I'm gonna have to go find an image on my computer. So let me go to my image file and just pick something. I don't know, how about that one? Just for giggles for tonight from the deck. So let me just pick it and have it open. So there comes the image. Now, if I click next, now your cell phone looks exactly the same. It's just that when we click on the add image in the cell phone, it takes us out to the cell phone's photo directory. Okay? But everything else is the same. When I click next, I can add a caption. So this is a view from my deck, and we're just doing this, you know, for giggles tonight. And let's talk about hashtags, and then let's talk about how to find hashtags. So how do I add hashtags? I just simply add them. Hashtag, I don't know a good hashtag for this. So let me just type in a couple things. What if I type in hashtag love love the ocean, for example, I'll bet that's a hashtag that's used by some people, maybe not. We can talk about finding hashtags a minute. Love the sea. I don't know. I'm just looking for a hashtag that's actually used by somebody. Love the sea. No. All right. Let me leave it alone. Just leave love for a time being, because it picked that up. Huh. Come on. Oh, I thought it picked it up. I'm going to just leave it there. And then I can tag people in the post too. Again, we'll come back to hashtags. So, did I miss something a minute ago?
I was just going to tell you, don't leave a space in your hashtag.
So there it is. So there it is. It brought up a list. So, I mean, the hashtag love is being used. Is that a billion posts with the hashtag love in it? Love quotes, love yourself. Okay, let me try something else. Let me try typing love the ocean. Let me see if it picks it. There we go. I knew it had to be there. Okay, so it's picking up hashtags that are similar to or related to the one I'm using. Now, these may not be particularly good hashtags, but let's look at it this way. If I tag this, actually I misspelled love the ocean, didn't I?
But it came up.
Yeah.
I love the ocean.
Was that what it was? Love the ocean?
It was down there as I love the ocean.
Yeah,
Okay,
I love the ocean.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so anyhow, if I put that hashtag on this post, then anyone searching for that hashtag could possibly end up seeing this post. So let's talk about, now the first question that was raised, Richard, you asked, how many hashtags can I put on a single post? The answer is 30. Now, I don't recommend 30 hashtags on a single post unless you have a really good reason to do that, okay? Because that, to me, that just seems like overloaded. I think that if you go to, some of the experts, April Marie Tucker, some of those people, they'll tell you, they'll limit you to lower numbers. We'll talk more about that. But here's how I can begin to find hashtags. How about sunset on the beach? There, 90,000 posts have sunset on the beach. This one has a little emoji. Okay, so these are hashtags, and I'm flying blind right now. I haven't even done any hashtag research. So let's pull back in a minute and do some hashtag research. I'm flying blind completely. I'm just trying to think of things that people who were standing on my deck looking out at the ocean might like. So here's a couple hashtags that if I just click share on this post, the post now goes up. Actually, I want to come here. I want to come to my home, or I want to come to my, there it is. So that post now went up. Looks like I put it up last week too. I must have been playing with it. But now if I look at that post, it has those hashtags. Okay, so let's talk about finding hashtags. So if I just go to discover people.
Go to where? Discover people?
Is that the right place?
I don't know. Where did you go?
No, not the right place. Wait. I'll find it. We've done it. Oh, there, I'm sorry. My bad. Hey, remember, I've told you all the truth. I have not used Instagram really extensively in recent times. So here's the find button right there. I want to click on find. And there's my search bar. And I can search for hashtags. So if I go search, love the ocean. Now, if I click on that hashtag, every post that's ever been posted, 240,000 posts are going to come up. And if I start scrolling down here, I should find my post. There it is. Okay? So that's the first thing. If, for example, you wanted to search on people, pay attention, Richard. You want, just like Facebook, Richard's into dogs. So let's search on the hashtag dogs, or let's search on the hashtag dogs. I didn't put the hashtag in. Dogs, and we'll come in a minute. Okay. So as we search on dogs, it's going to also bring up a lot of suggestions for people that are using dogs and similar hashtags. Or if I want to search on dog training, and we'll come back and we'll do some food in a minute. So there's 9,305 posts about that use the hashtag dogs training. So if I click on that, and start going down looking at these posts, I can decide, here's where I'm going to decide whether or not, so here's this fellow, Karame, I don't know how to pronounce that. He's got 902 views on this post, and I can look at him, look at his profile, and decide whether or not I want to follow him. So here's where I can begin to decide who I want to follow. Let's go back. I don't know that I particularly want to follow him, but let's go to cancel. Let's go to organics. Or give me a hashtag, somebody. Give me something. Talk to me.
About healthy
chemical free.
Healthy dieting.
Chemical free got through first. Okay, so here's chemical free. There's 1,181,000 posts that have the hashtag chemical free in them. And similar hashtags: chemical free home, chemical free living, chemical free lifestyle. Now let's stop for a minute and say, excuse me. Let's stop for a minute and say we wanted to post something about making our home chemical free. Let's say that you have a picture that you want to post that shows a home and, you know, chemical free. Maybe you want to take some of these hashtags: chemical free home, chemical free living, chemical free life, chemical free skin, chemical free beauty. Maybe you want to add a half a dozen of those hashtags to your post so that people searching on those hashtags will find your post or have a chance of finding your post. So if I search on chemical free, again, there's over 1 million posts, and they're all here. So I promise you we're not going to go through them all tonight. But
Good.
But I can begin to look at the post. This looks like is this ours? It looks like it's not the organic. In honor of, okay, so here's this person called F Toxins in London, 103 likes. She's hashtag National Lash Day. And here's her bio. As the old adage goes, your eyelashes are the windows to your soul. Well, I never heard that. I thought your eyes were. I didn't know. Oh, the eye and the lashes are there. So, you know, if you were into chemical-free makeup, chemical-free, you know, like Safi has the new eye makeup, you might want to follow her. And all you got to do to follow her is click follow, and now you're following her. Now, let's talk about some really popular hashtags and I don't know what the actual one is, so I may get it wrong, but we'll look it up in a minute. Follow for follow. Follow for follow has 35 million posts. Follow for follow back. Okay, follow for follow has 208 million. What are these? These are people that are telling you that if you follow them, they will follow you back. Follow for follow. It's a very well-developed strategy on both Instagram and Twitter, not on Facebook. Facebook's different. Totally different world, as you all know. But if you follow people that have follow for follow back or follow for follow in their bio or in their posts, they are almost guaranteed to follow you back. So this is one strategy that you can use to begin to build your followers, is to look for people that have follow for follow in their posts. Again,
So, Lynn, is
Yeah.
that automatic? That it happens when you follow them, that they automatically follow you?
no,
Or do they have to
no, they have to follow you back.
follow you?
They have to follow you back. But so here's some posts. Looks like a few of these may be not exactly the kinds of posts that we're looking for, but okay. Oh God. Anyhow, that wasn't.
I think that'd been photoshopped.
Anyhow, you know, I was just looking for one that might. Pardon me?
Good class.
Sorry about that, but it's the best of Miley. Okay. Anyhow, and see, it's the likes and follows for you, follow back. So these are people. Now, you may not necessarily want to follow the best of Miley, and that's not my cup. But you know, looking for people that have follow for follow back, etc., is a strategy that you can use to build followers quickly. Now, building followers isn't the same as building customers. I mean, you know, some of these people aren't really probably interested in eating healthy. Well, maybe they are interested in eating healthy diets. I don't know. One question I have, and I don't know the answer tonight, and I will know the answer before Thursday or next Tuesday, is there a way to combine hashtags? Like, for example, let's just play with this. What if I took the hashtag follow for follow, and then I combined it with healthy eating? Can I find people that have both hashtags? Well, it's going to come up with some suggestions. Interesting.
That's your suggestions that come up. Okay, they came up that way before you put anything in.
Yeah. Okay.
So it didn't do a dual search.
Good. Thank you. Because I didn't notice. Okay. Follow. Come on. Go backwards. You know what? I'm going to have to go turn on a light. You folks, follow for follow. Do I have it right? Do I have it right this time? and then I want to do another hashtag. It's not what
Yeah,
I
you
want.
got it right so far.
Yeah, well,
Don't you need to put a semicolon?
I don't know. And I tell you what, I'll figure that out. I'll find out. But let me
What
just
you're
go-
saying, what you're saying is you can put 2 hashtags in. So you can do follow for follow, and then if you're into whatever, healthy eating, hopefully find,
I'm saying I think you can, but I don't know exactly how to do it. So,
Yeah, you get rid of the space there.
pardon me?
You have
Near
a
the
space
space.
after the first one.
Get rid of that space, he's saying, right? Yeah. The space between
Between them?
follow for follow
yeah,
and healthy,
rid of the
wealthy,
space.
or healthy
All right,
eating.
we'll try that. So I don't think that's doing it. So rather
Yeah, it
than,
is.
huh?
Maybe not.
No. So rather than wasting our time experimenting, let me research it and I'll come up with an answer if there's a way to do it, what it is. Because the other thing I'm going to warn you and tell you again, once again, there are some things you can do on your phone that you cannot do on the computer. Let me give you one of them right now. And so you don't tear your hair out trying to do this. Let me go back to, let's go back home. Let's go back actually to my page. So here's a post that we just put up today. I'm going to click on it and see the 3 buttons there.
3 dots.
3 dots, yeah. I can delete the post, embed it, share it, copy the link, and cancel this, but I cannot edit it. If you click those 3 buttons on your phone, one of the options in that pull-down menu is edit. You can't edit the post. So for example, if I wanted to go add another hashtag or delete a hashtag or change the text, the only way I can do it from my computer is to delete the post completely and redo it. So it's got to be on your laptop to edit. And I tore my hair out with this one today because it seems to be, and by the way, there are training videos out on YouTube that will tell you that this works. It doesn't work. As I told you last week, like the trick I showed you tonight for how to get the mobile version of the app up on your computer, there are several training videos on YouTube that tell you something different, and they don't work. So the interface is evolving. So not everything works the way the training videos out on YouTube tell you they do, and etc. All right.
I just pulled up, I just tried on my phone, and the choices I came up with are archive, turn off commenting, edit, copy link, share, delete, cancel.
Right. Edit came up. The important message is edit came up.
Yeah.
Right. And it does not come up on the computer. And I don't, at this moment in time, there doesn't appear to be a way to get it to come up on the computer. So don't tear your hair out over that one. If you want to edit a picture you've already put up, you got to go to your phone to do it. Now, Cynthia,
Yeah.
does this solve your problem, or are you still stuck trying to make a new post on Instagram?
Well, I have a picture like on my phone, and I have the problem to get it onto the computer. In fact, I actually posted it on my phone, but I couldn't get it on the computer.
Well, do you have Instagram on your phone?
I do.
Okay, so you should be able to, and realizing we can't see your phone right now,
Right.
you should be able to click the add button, and you should be able to, and I hate that word should, but you should be able to select your photo album on your phone and select a picture from it.
See, my problem on the computer, I don't have that line down there. You know, the home page and the.
Well, that's why you have to do this trick on the computer.
Okay.
That's
I
why
thought I did that.
you well,
And then refresh.
and then
Remember, he refreshed.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, also do you have an Android phone,
I have
Cynthia?
an iPhone.
Well, I don't know how to do iPhone.
Yeah. Now, the iPhone, I can't help you with.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out.
Okay. If you want to get on a share with me tomorrow sometime, we can see if we can figure it out together.
Yeah, let me try another time,
Okay.
see what I can do, and then we can go from there.
Okay. All right. Now, so let me give you some resources. We're going to wrap up in just the next few minutes tonight. But what I'm going to do, no, that's the wrong place. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about hashtags a little more, because this is your key. This is the key to success. Okay. So we talked about this. If you take a video or a photo or whatever and you upload it, you can add hashtags in the comments, but you want to figure out what hashtags to add. Now here's some training and stuff that I pulled up. How to find the best hashtags to use on Instagram. First off, you don't need to use 30 hashtags in every post. Study your competitors and top influencers and see what hashtags they're using. Now, how do you find, and we'll come to this in a minute, how do you find your competitors or the top influencers? This goes back to the kingpins, right? Well, one way is to start. So, if we're into dog training, we'll start with dog training and start looking through the people that are posting and look for people that have huge followings and have a lot of posts. So looking for the people that are the influencers, and then see what hashtags they're using. Or the same with healthy living or organic living or network marketing or MLM. Look for the top people. Look for people that are, they got 1 million views or maybe 100,000. Notice something interesting. Instagram posts with at least one hashtag tend to receive 12% more engagement. And here's the other thing I was telling you before. 60% of users between 18 and 29 use Instagram. So there's a lot of young people on Instagram. So keep that in mind when you're posting to Instagram. There tends to be somewhat of a younger audience. Now, here is, and I can clean this up and give you the links, but one place you can go is kimgarst.com. And I don't know, I'll tell you what, I don't know if you want to try to copy that down or not, but kimgarst.com/top Instagram hashtags for gaining new followers. It's a mouthful.
You're recording this, so I'll get it later on the recording.
I am recording it. And you know what? I'll post it in the group. But somebody tried to say something?
I said, thank you.
Okay. Now, the top hashtags that are being used: love, Instagood, photo of the day, beautiful, throwback Thursday, hashtag TBT, happy, cute, fashion. I'll clean this up and post it in the group. So just on dot, summer, selfie, friends, Insta daily, girl, fun, repost, start. Now you don't have to remember all this. Don't try to remember it. Once again, these are the hashtags that they're the most popular. That doesn't mean people that are using those hashtags are going to be people that are interested in your product or services. So you got to be sort of careful how you use these things. Figuring out which hashtags are the best for you is going to take a little bit of time. Now, here's one, and I'll clean this page up and put it out there. Displaypurposes.com is a free tool for hashtags. And look at this. If I click on, let me go turn some light on. You know what? Let me do this. Then you can be looking at it while I go turn the light on, because I can't see my keyboard anymore. Sorry. Open the app, the hyperlink. Richard, what you don't know about me is that the sun tends to go down here right in the middle of this, right this time of year, and so I forget to turn some lights on before I get started. So it says here to type a few hashtags in the search bar. Where is the search bar? Let me get this.
The black line.
There you go. Thank you. I couldn't see it because it was up there. So you know what? I can't see the site. I got to turn the light on. Hang on for just a minute. Okay, now I can see the site. So let's type organic food, and here's a place that I think, now I don't know if it only pulls up one at a time. I don't know if it wants the hashtag or not. So we'll play with it. Organic food, no space. Okay, so there's a list, and look at what's happened. It's given us some more top suggestions there, but then there's a whole list: organic food, organic, non-GMO, homegrown, bio, blah 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 blah. So there's a whole list of other hashtags that we could add. So if we're doing a post about organic food, we might want to add these hashtags or some of these hashtags. Again, back to our dog training.
You can put more than one in.
Anybody else? Is there anybody else doing anything besides? Well, here's dog training. Yeah, in fact, there's a whole bunch of hashtags there that are being used.
You can put
I forgot about France, numerology, right?
Yeah. They give the sequence.
Right, France?
Yeah,
Are you still here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
You're talking, but I can't hear you.
We can. You got something going on.
The reason I can't hear you is I don't have my earbuds in.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
can hear
reason
you.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you just fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
can put, okay, you can put multiple tags up there, by the way.
Yeah, okay. So do they need to be separated by anything?
Just put a space between them.
And
Oh,
so,
like, do we put another hashtag? Yeah, like that?
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, well, I'm sure. Astrology, numerology. So, you know, there's a place that you can go look at astrology, look at all the hashtags there. And okay, so it just gave us a separate list.
Yeah,
But
okay.
But the beauty of this is here's a place that you can go and you can start with what you're interested in and begin to search for appropriate hashtags. Then you can come back to Instagram and see, you know, how those hashtags are performing on Instagram and look for people that you might want to connect to, and begin to build up your followers. And remember, as you build your followers, there's two things, and we're going to wrap for tonight. There's two things. One is the follow for follow is a very powerful function. If you see somebody that you are interested in, and if they got their follow for follow turned on, that's a really good sign that they will follow you back. But there are no guarantees in life, but that's one of them. And the other thing is, once again, that profile, those few lines, those are your gold. That's the only place on Instagram where someone can click a link and come to see what you're about. So think very carefully what you want to put up there and make it count. Okay. So how are we doing, folks?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Doing great.
Any questions?
Good.
Not right now.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call it a night. Believe it or not, I've got another webinar at 7 o'clock tonight. It's 6 o'clock now, so I have a whole hour with nothing to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Go eat dinner.
I'm going to eat. Actually, that's actually what I am going to do. But given that I live alone, I also have to cook the dinner before I can eat it. So anyhow, Did
You got
everybody
that
get,
problem too.
what's that, Leighton?
You got that problem too, huh?
Well, it's not necessarily a problem. There are some distinct advantages to not having to answer to anybody else in the same house. On the other
That's
hand,
right.
there are some distinct disadvantages to not having a partner.
That's right too.
At least not having the right partner. And I've had both experiences. I spent 7 years with the wrong partner in the beginning. So, did everybody get value tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah, really
That
good.
definitely
Okay.
helps. Thank
All
you.
right. So we'll pick up now. Richard, Thursday is typically Q&A. It's a free form. I don't come into Thursday night prepared to talk about anything. It's Q&A. And we look at whatever people want to talk about. And, you know, we're all about how to build businesses on social media. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about, you know, some of the resources we have.
Well, I'll be working my other job on Thursday.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. I'm going to stop the recording.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to say good
Thanks,
night
Lon.
and stop the recording.